Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Josephine. I'm here to teach you how to cut and sew a butterfly bubu gown that will have an opening from the armhole to the hip area. That's the armhole to the hip area is going to be fitted. Then the down will be somehow free. Now we are going to use this African print to cut our clothes. We are going to fold it this way, open it up. We are going to fold it into two this way. We match this head and this one here. We fold it. Now the measurement we are going to use is our bust measurement, our shoulder measurement 16 inches, our bust point measurement 10.5 inches, our round bust 42 inches, our under bust measurement 14 inches, our round under bust 35 inches, our waist measurement 17 inches, our round waist measurement 36 inches, our hip measurement 25 inches, our round hip measurement 42 inches, then our gown length is going to be 58 inches. Now we are going to start by indicating our starting point here. We are going to draw our starting point here. This is our starting point. Draw a straight line to the end because we are going to use that one there. Now our shoulder measurement is 16 divided by 2, 8, which is here. Then our shoulder to bust point measurement 10.5. These are 10.5 inches here. Our under bust measurement 14. These are 14 inches here. Our waist measurement is 17. These are 17 inches here. Our hip measurement is 25. This is our 25 here. Then the gown length is 58. Our gown length is 58 inches, which we are going to hold our tape from the starting here. The tape is not all that big. These are hip measurements. We are going to get our gown length measurement. These are hip measurement. Our gown length measurement is 58 plus 1 inch hemming allowance, going to be 59 inches here. Then we are going to indicate with a straight line to the end because we are going to use it the way. Now we are coming back to the starting point. Now we are going to also draw a straight line. These are bust point measurements. These are under bust. These are waist measurements. These are hip line. Now our bust span measurement is 8 divided by 2 will give us 4. These are bust span measurement 4 here. 4 here. We take 4 through. Then at the hip line, we're going to come up by 2 inches here. Then at the bust point measurement, we are going to come down by 1 inch for our dart connection. Then we connect our dart line with a straight line. Now the waistline, we are going to take ½ inch from both sides. Take ½ inch here, take ½ inch here for our dart. We are going to connect to the one point that we came down with here. 1 inch is here, 1 inch that we came down with. Then we are going to connect with the 2 inches that we came up with. Now we are going to take our horizontal measurement, our round body measurement. Now this is our bust point. We are going to take our bust is 42 divided by 4 will give us 10.5. These are 10.5 inches plus ½ inch is allowance will give us 11 inches. Now our waist measurement is 36 divided by 4 will give us 9 inches plus 1 inch for the dart here will give us 10 inches plus ½ inch is allowance will give us 10.5 inches here. Then our hip measurement is 42 divided by 4 will give us 10.5 plus ½ inch is allowance is 11. Here we have 11 inches here. Now our shoulder measurement. To take our shoulder slant, we are not going to take our shoulder slant at our shoulder measurement here. We are going to take our shoulder slant as this starting point here, at this end point here. We are going to come down by 1 inch here, and we connect to. We are going to take our neck measurement. We are going to take 3.5 inches here for our neck measurement. We are going to connect. I'm going to connect it this way. Then we are going to take our neck depth. We are going to take 5.5 inches for the front. Then we are going to take, let me say 3 inches for the back, because we are going to place this on the back and cut through. Going to connect for the back neckline, because you are going to cut the front and the back the same thing. I will show you the only difference from the back and the front. Now we are going to come up here by ½ inch for joining allowance. Joining allowance here. Then at the down part, our hip measurement is 11 inches. Then for the down part, for our blouse, for our gown length measurement here, we are going to take that 11 inches this way. These are 11 inches. We are going to open up with 6 inches in order for it to be free. I'm going to open up with 6 inches. Now we are going to take our seam allowance. This is our bust line. We are going to add 1 inch seam allowance, because in this case you don't add much allowance. You add 1 inch seam allowance at the, then we add 1 inch seam allowance at the hip. In this case, you have to indicate these 2 inches that we came up with, because that's where our curved line is going to stop. Our curved line that will give us that opening shape between the armhole and the hip area will not reach at the hip area. It's going to go through from the armhole to the upper, the 2 inches that we took earlier. Now we are going to connect this way. Just have to draw a line. Then at the waistline, I normally take 2 inches from the waistline. Then you curve this way, give it a slight curve to meet the 2 inches that we took from the hip line up. You draw it this way to meet it. Then from here also you draw to meet this line and meet this point. From this point you also draw a curve based on how open you want it to be. If you want it to pass, if you want it to be at that 2 inches, at times I do take 2.5 inches. Then I will make it 2.5 there. Then from here to you draw a curve to connect. That's for this. Now we are going to connect from this line. Now connect to the hip line. We are going to connect with a straight ruler from this line to the blouse length. We are going to connect from these lines to the blouse to the gown length, where we open the gown length, the 6 inches that we took away from the normal measurements. We are going to connect through to this 6 point, to this line. We are going to connect this way. Now we are going to come up by 11 inches. With 11 inches, I love using 11, though 11 is not standard, but I like using 11 inches. Then you draw a line to this place. From this line you curve to meet, you give a slight curve to meet this way. But what I do is that I do first of all give it a curve this way. That when I'm curving, I know where to stop. Then from here you curve. You give it a curve. Give it a slight curve to meet to this 11 inches that we took here, so that it will not be all that straight. It will not curve out that way. Then at the starting point here, there is no armhole. We're not going to create any space for armhole here. The armhole is the butterfly. Then from this point you connect straight. Connect it straight to the armhole. That is all for now. We are going to cut. In this case, I prefer cutting from the down part. Whenever I want to cut and sew a butterfly gown like this, I cut from the down part. Then this is our down part. We are going to cut this way. We're going to follow that curve, cut it slightly to meet that 11 inches that we took earlier. Then you cut from here, from this point, from that 6 point we open, you cut through this way. At this 11 inches here, you notch, because that's where our joining will stop, because it's going to be open here. You follow it that way. Follow it that way. When you reach to this place, you have to consider this curve that we took here. Then you go in this way. Follow the head to cut the back part, the back side of the bubu gown. Now the only difference with the front and the back. This is the butterfly of the back side. The only difference here now is that we are going to go in by ½ inch from the waist. We are going to go in by ½ inch to eliminate that excess puff, excesses at the back. Then use a straight ruler, connect to the neckline. Also connect to the hip line. Then I will now cut the facing. Then I will show you how to join it. Then to join it first, this is the front side, this is the back side, and these are the butterfly. To join it, at this butterfly now, you are going to take it this way. You join here. Let me use pin now. The joining part, join from here. You leave ½ inch here. You join here to this place. Also, you leave ½ inch here. This way. Then when you open it up, it will be this way. That's for the butterfly. You do the same to the other butterfly. Then here too, at this curve here, you also join, leaving ½ inch to join with the butterfly. ½ inch will be enough for you to join this, because I told you earlier that you don't need much allowance. This is for the front side. The same thing goes to the back side. Okay, I've gone ahead to join the side. I've joined this curved side, the other side. I also joined this side. Then I also joined the butterfly, the curved side. The same thing goes to the other butterfly. And I'm going to show you how to join the butterfly to the dress, to the gown. Then you open this way, the butterfly, you bring it the front side this way. From the down, you put it in to meet the armhole. To meet the armhole this way. Make sure that front side is facing the front side. That's the right side is facing the right side. You make sure you match it properly to the armhole. Then you pin. First of all, pin before we sew, so that you will not lose any area. Then at the hip area also, you match. You pin. The same thing goes to the other side of the butterfly this way. You bring the butterfly, open it up to the right side, hold the starting point, take it inward to meet the armhole here. You pin. The right side should face the right side. You pin. To the hip area, you bring it out. The right side should face the right side. You pin. You just pin to hold it. Then at this side now, you jam it this way. This is the butterfly, this is the dress. That's the armhole. You jam to the starting point. You pin. The other side, the dress, the butterfly, you jam, you pin. You pin them together. To the other side, this is the dress, this is the butterfly armhole part. You join with pin. This is the butterfly, this is the dress side. You join with pin. That's how you sew through. You sew it this way, you join it this way to this area before joining the shoulder. The same thing goes to this place. You join it this way before joining the shoulder. Let's assume that we finish joining it that way. Now you are bringing it this way. Look at the armhole, look at the place that will join. You bring it, you turn it out this way. You turn it out this way. You join through this place. Make sure that the shoulders are matching to each other. You join through this way. You join through this way. The same thing goes to the other side. This is where we are going to join. After pinning the butterfly, we join it this way. In order to join the shoulder, you turn it, you flip it up this way, so that the front side will face the front side. You match it this way. You bring it out this way, so that the front side will face the front side of the shoulder. This is the shoulder. You join this way, you pin. You pin. You use pin to hold it together. This is the shoulder side. You join. Then let's see how it will look when we bring it inside out. Assuming that we're finished joining the up part, not really the whole dress. I finished joining the up part. This is how it's going to look. This is the butterfly. It's a big dress. This is the opening. This is how the shoulder will look like. This is how the shoulder will look like. Then the armhole will go to join both the shoulder side, the armhole, then the side cuff. This is the main dress, this is the butterfly. Then the down part, I went ahead and joined it. You join it this way through the inner part. You join both the butterfly and the dress together. Then at the down part here, you split it. You join this way, you join this way, so that the down will be open. That's 11 inches that will took upward. Now, what is left for us now to do is to hem. You are going to hem it through from here. You are going to hem from here upward down to the whole side. You are going to hem it. Also at the back, the 1 inch that we took in, there will be no zip and it will fit very well. Let's get to